You're a civilian trapped on D-Day. Moment 1, the requisitioned room. You wake because someone above you coughs in a language that does not belong in your house. That is how most mornings begin now, not with light, not with birds, with boots shifting on your floorboards, and the quiet humiliation of remembering that the upstairs room is no longer yours. Your wife is already sitting up beside you, blanket tight around her shoulders. Your daughter sleeps near the stove with one hand under her cheek. In the cellar, your mother refuses to come up before full daylight because she says stone feels safer than glass. Your mouth tastes stale. Your back aches from sleeping half-dressed. You keep your boots by the bed now. You call it prudence. It is already fear. One of the Germans comes down and asks for water without looking at you. He is young enough to still have softness in his face, which makes it worse. You hand him the pitcher. He drinks in your kitchen under the clock your father hung there, then goes back upstairs where a field radio murmurs through the ceiling like an insect that never dies. Your wife says you should move everyone to the priest's cellar today. You answer too quickly. Not yet. Not because you believe it, because waiting still feels like a decision, and leaving would make the danger feel final. So you split the bread, keep your voice even, and tell your daughter the planes she heard last night were distant storms. She nods. The lie comes out so cleanly that you hate yourself for how practiced you sound. Moment 2. The men on the road. Before dawn fully lifts, the sky begins to throb. Not thunder, engines. So many that the air itself seems stitched together by them. You step outside with your collar open, and the cold goes straight into your chest. Above the hedges, shapes move through the dark where no shape should be. Planes, more than you have ever seen. Farther inland, things are dropping slowly from the sky. For one foolish second, relief warms you. Then the road fills with German voices. A sergeant appears at your gate with 2 soldiers and a map. No politeness now, no occupation routine. His urgency strips away the theatre of control. He wants the back path through your orchard, the one that cuts toward the church road and avoids the ditch. He asks if it is passable. You hesitate, only a heartbeat. Only long enough for him to see that you considered lying. Then you show him. The grass is wet against your trousers as you lead them through the gap in the hedge. Your palms are damp. You tell yourself everybody knows this path. You tell yourself refusing would bring them into the cellar, into your pantry, into your daughter's face. You tell yourself survival is not collaboration. When you return, your wife is standing at the window, not speaking. Above you, the radio upstairs starts spitting messages in clipped bursts. The soldiers stop lounging. They buckle straps, check weapons, stamp through your landing as if your house has been waiting all this time to become useful. You go down to the cellar with a lantern for your mother. She takes one look at your face and says, "So it's here." You answer, "Maybe it passes us." Even you hear how weak that sounds. Moment 3. The house becomes the front. The first shell lands far enough away for denial to survive it. The second cracks a window. By the third, plaster dust is drifting into the soup pot and a machine gun is being dragged to your upstairs window. That is the real change, not the explosions. The fact that your house has acquired military value while your family is still inside it. The Germans move quickly now. Ammunition crates scrape your hallway wall. One soldier climbs into the attic to reach the radio wire. Another kneels by the upstairs bed and pushes the barrel through the broken pane. The room where your wife kept winter blankets is no longer a room. It is a firing point. You try to protest, in French first, then in your broken German. A soldier shoves you back with the flat of his hand. Not hard, efficiently, as if repositioning a chair. Your daughter sees it from the kitchen doorway. That matters more than the shove. You gather blankets, jam jars, the bread knife, anything your hands can justify carrying, and move everyone to the cellar. Your mother is breathing too fast. Your daughter keeps swallowing because she is trying not to cry. Your wife's face has gone calm, in the way faces do when they are already beyond panic. During a lull, you stand by the attic ladder with a pair of shears in your hand. You could cut the radio wire. You could do one brave thing. Instead, you put the shears down. You tell yourself the soldiers would hear. You tell yourself your family would pay for it. Both things may be true. What remains true after that is smaller and uglier. You do nothing. Moment 4. The white cloth. By midday, the whole village smells of smoke, churned dirt, and hot metal. Roof tiles slide somewhere nearby. Chickens scream in short, stupid bursts. The young radio operator comes downstairs with blood on his collar and asks for water. His hands are shaking so hard, he spills half of it on your table. In another life, you would hate him cleanly. In this one, pity gets mixed in and leaves a worse taste. Your wife tears a bedsheet and folds the white strip into your hand. For when they come, she says. She means the Allies. She means the right moment. She means the moment civilians become visible again. But the house is not yours enough to surrender from. A corporal orders you outside to carry ammunition from the hallway to the orchard wall. You lift the crate because refusing in front of your daughter would not save anyone. It is heavier than you expected. The wood bites into your palms. Each step through the mud feels like a signature placed where other people can read it. When you come back, half the upstairs room is gone. The bed frame juts into open air. Linen flaps from broken beams. Smoke rolls through the stairwell. In the cellar, your mother says she cannot feel one hand, and your daughter finally begins to cry in a thin, exhausted voice that sounds too old for her. Your wife stares at the torn sheet still in your grip. Neither of you says yet. Moment 5. The yard. Late afternoon comes with a different sound beyond the hedges. Shorter shouts, foreign but not German. Your body recognizes hope before your mind permits it. Then a wounded German drags himself beside the stone trough in your yard and raises his pistol toward the house. That is the trap in its final form. Your wife pushes the white cloth into your chest. Your daughter is on the cellar steps watching everything. If you raise it, he may shoot. If you do not, the men outside may fire into the house again because soldiers are still shooting from your roofline. You kneel beside him slowly, speaking in a calm voice that does not belong to how fast your heart is striking your ribs. You offer him water. He drinks greedily, eyes half closed, gun still in hand. For 1 second his grip loosens. You knock the pistol into the trough and run for the doorway with the cloth. Shots answer immediately from the loft. The white fabric jerks in your hand. Stone chips bite your cheek. Someone outside is yelling for everyone to come out with hands visible. But the firing from your property has not stopped, and that makes everything about you suspect. You turn back for your family. A burning beam falls across the cellar entrance just as you reach it. Historical collapse. The clean part comes fast. American soldiers enter your yard by evening, mud to their knees, rifles up, faces emptied out by hours of killing. They do not arrive like deliverance. They arrive like procedure. Hands up, move faster. Again. You wrench the beam high enough for your wife and daughter to crawl out. Your mother comes last, barely conscious, one side of her body refusing her. Smoke pours from the stairwell. The German in the loft is dragged down later. The one by the trough has bled into the grass. An American points at your hands, at the ruined house, at the ammunition boxes split open in your yard. He cannot know why you carried them. He only knows they were here. Your daughter is coughing black into your wife's apron. Behind you, your house burns with the calm steadiness of something that has already stopped being a home. Existential epilogue. Liberation does not return your life. It removes the people who were occupying its ruins. Afterward, you sleep in the priest's cellar with 3 other families and wake every time someone walks overhead. Your mother survives, but her left hand never closes properly again. Your daughter begins flinching at kitchen noises, a pot lid, a chair scraping, boots outside a door. Your wife speaks to you normally, which is worse than anger. The silence where blame should be settles into the room and stays there. When people say the village is free, you nod. What you do not say is that freedom first arrived as smoke, shouted orders, and men pointing guns at your child. What you do not say is that you still dream of the orchard path, the one you showed them in the dark, and wake with your palms aching as if the ammunition crate is still there. Later, when you sort through the ash of your kitchen, you find the clock your father hung on the wall. The glass is gone, the hands are fused together. That is how the day remains with you, not as victory, as an ordinary object that no longer knows how to move.